Hello everyone and welcome to BattleBots Dream Matches, Lucky versus Bronco. Let's get right into the tail of the tape between these two flipper bots that are a little bit different. I think their differences will really be important in this fight. Lucky's design, the shape of the chassis, I feel like it would be easier for him to get to Bronco's sides than Bronco can to Lucky, but Bronco has the pace advantage between these two in this match despite Lucky's improved speed from what we've seen in the past. Both bots, despite being flippers, are they going to be able to self-right in the game? Well, only time will tell when we get into the matches. And they're going to have to hope so because, yeah, that would be a big problem. And the bot battle begin between Bronco and Lucky. Two very powerful flippers here looking to prove that they are the more powerful one of the two. I think more sensible people wouldn't question that. It's Bronco that's the better of these two machines as he gets the first lift of the match. Wasn't a full-on flip there as Lucky kind of fell back onto his wheels, but he's getting flipped around again by Bronco. A couple quick pops, and Bronco taking early control of this fight. Lucky doing what he can to get back in it. He gets underneath Bronco, but it didn't look like he had the power in the weapon to get the flip he needs, and Bronco showing him how it's done, getting his fourth of the match. It's an early and a big and growing advantage for Bronco as he lifts Lucky and tips him over into the corner. Can Lucky use his weapon to self-right? He rocks over, and he does, and now Bronco's on top of him again and flips him over yet again. Bronco really making his dominance known to everyone. He gets another flip of Lucky, who is really struggling to get under Bronco. This is not what I expected for sure. Doesn't even matter that Bronco's not getting to Lucky's sides, but Lucky with a good retaliation flip there. Just over halfway to go in the fight now as Bronco tries to shift to the side of Lucky towards those wheels where he's more exposed. Lucky just really struggling to get underneath Bronco, and it seems like the wedge would have been a good one, so we're not sure what the issue is. He's tipped over again in the corner by Bronco. Will he be able to self-right this time? Bronco's been pretty relentless with his pressure, so he might flip him back over himself. And a big toss there! That might have had a hint of Fusrada in it, but what a shot that was from Bronco, and he finally tips Lucky over again as we hit the final minute of this match. This has been about 99% Bronco and a little dose of Lucky getting a couple lucky positions. Bronco with another toss of Lucky. How much battery life do these two have left? I wonder if that'll be a crucial factor. Bronco flips Lucky over again, but he continues to charge after him. It's like he knows that he's got this fight won, and there goes pieces of Lucky's flipper breaking off, and he self-rights, but now he doesn't have a weapon. Salt rubbed into the wounds there as Lucky, too many attempts trying to flip himself back over have taken their toll on the weapon, and it is gone. Well, I think we were already pretty sure Bronco had the victory wrapped up, but that just puts the bow on it. As these two look to get one last little good push. And it's not to be, the fight ends. If you had one word to describe that fight, what word would you use? I think the word I would use is comfortable. It was very comfortable for Bronco. His flipper was working great, he was getting the right attacks, and Lucky wasn't doing a lot. If it wasn't obvious, Bronco has won this fight. So now it is time to go into our second fight where we will use the Wheel of Mayhem. If you're new here, the Wheel of Mayhem has a bunch of little tricks and little different things that we do in our second fight. If you take a read at some of them, you'll see some of them are self-explanatory, some aren't. And for you older viewers, you can also see I updated the wheel again. So let's see what we get with a spin. And it's Twin Terror. Oh boy. If you don't know what Twin Terror is, we fight with two Luckies and two Broncos. They are controlled, though, with the same controls. So, both Luckies, same controls. Same for both Broncos. So for the driver that's controlling two bots at the same time, you just gotta concentrate on one and hope the other isn't dying too badly in the corner. So let's do it! And let Twin Terror begin. 2 Broncos, 2 Luckies, 4 Flippers. I don't know how this is going to go, but hopefully it's hilarious along the way. One of the Broncos attacks and flips Lucky brilliantly. The other Lucky trying to help out his brother. Oh, and he gets flipped himself. Well, that's what happens when you show a little bit of altruism. It's like Dead by Daylight. Sometimes you just gotta let the person figure it out themselves. Both Lucky's trying to plan out what their next attack is going to be. One running over to kill Saws to go after a Bronco. Now they're teaming up on one of them in the corner there. The Broncos now hitting each other as one Lucky is out of the picture towards the left, and one of the Broncos committing friendly fire and flipping his brother. Well, maybe they think it's so easy against the Luckies that they don't really need to try that hard. And in fact, they could score a couple own goals if it was a soccer game and still win. A couple of the bots just kind of running around aimlessly as another Lucky is exposed by one of the Broncos. He's trapped in the corner as Bronco flips him over. So now one Lucky flipped over. Now 2 Luckies flipped over. Great attacks from one of the Broncos there, but both Luckies able to self-right at just about the same time. Now they try to plan their own attack on a Bronco and they get a flip themselves. Well, this 2v2 battle is going a lot better for Lucky than the 1v1 did. But that Lucky getting flipped there by one of the Broncos as the other Bronco is still upside down sitting in the blue square, so it's 1 apiece. And now the other Lucky getting flipped. 1 upright against the wall, 1 upside down, 1 Bronco upside down, and 1 Bronco sitting in the middle of the arena waiting for somebody to get up. It looks like though both Luckies are struggling to self-right, so the Broncos now are hanging back, and the countdown has begun on both Lucky machines. Are we going to have the double knockout right now? It looks like we are. They're still struggling, and they're out of time. The Broncos win. All right, is that debate settled? I think the debate is settled now. Bronco is just the ass kicker of ass kickers. He is the ultimate flipper, and yes, this means nothing. It's a freaking virtual video game. But if these two were to ever fight in real life, I think Bronco would be just as dominant as we saw today. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and leave your suggestions in the comments below. And we'll get to them and get them in this series. We'll see you next time. Let the bot battle begin! Nightmare versus Huge. This can only go one way, and I'm sure it'll be disastrous.